answer your original question, she's very, very safe. You know, up forward 3 basically instantly recovers, and it's a counter hit launcher. Similar vein, up forward 3 into sidestep 2 basically beats like everyone, unless they have like a really good tracking option. But the fact you can like step to their weak side is disgusting. Sidestep 2 is safe on block now. I mean, like, what the fuck? It's really good. Counter hit, wall stand 1+2, still safe. Full launcher. Yeah, 90 damage for a safe elbow, essentially. Also, she can cancel wall stand 1+2 by tapping down, setting up something like a full crouch, down forward 2, which guarantees the follow-up there. And after wall stand 1-4, her 14 frame like wall stand launcher, forward 2, or down forward 3. Take your choice. Basically the same thing. Down 2 is really good. People call it the scrub killer. I refer to it because of that. Wall stand 4 on hit into down 2 cannot be interrupted. If they get hit by wall stand 4 and try to interrupt the down 2, boom, counter hit launcher. Pretty good. But yeah, that's called quote unquote the scrub killer. You have to respect it. Obviously, you can step, which is what you should do, but never mash against wall stand 4. You're gonna die. You're gonna die really badly. Other than that, I mean, back forward counter hit launcher. Like I said, up forward 3 is a counter hit launcher. Wall stand 1+2 is a counter hit launcher. They changed this, so getting the option after doesn't really work. Although to be frank, I have seen some wonky stuff where it still kind of does work. Okay, looks like they finally fixed it. So just guarantees wall stand 1-4 into your option of choice. Down forward 3, safe knockdown option. Also can be used mid combo for giving you a float. As such, gives a pretty good consistent splat. 4-4-2-3 is safe. 4-4-2, 1+2 I think is -13. 4-4-2-1 is high. And all of these options can have a pretty good delay to them. So, down forward 1, similar vein. Down forward 1-2 is counter hit, NCC high. Gives you a forward 2 style knockdown. Down forward 1-4, NCC knockdown. But if the second hit is counter hit, it gives you a counter hit launcher. And then, let's see, I think that's about it, right? Out of those options. Yeah, it's only 4-4-2 that has like the safer thing like this. But 4-4, yeah, plus frame, counter hit, or natural hit knockdown for combo. Very fair. You probably have to do a modified combo, or maybe micro step left or micro step right. But yeah, just like Julia back 4, this is a plus frame, homing, yeah, knockdown, high, natural hit launcher. So pretty good, pretty good. Obviously, down 4-2, safe generic, 15 frame. Gets airborne quicker than normal options. NCC on the low. I think it gets her airborne in 6, on 6 if I remember correctly, where most people get airborne on 9. So you can kind of, I wouldn't necessarily recommend mashing it, but you can mash it. But do you see the reason there? You see how he guards the low, but the high? Back in the day, if you guarded the low, you would have to commit to the duck, but now that they changed it, how 7 works, you duck the low, yeah, you duck the high by not by accident, but you duck the entire distance. In previous games, you had to duck it after. If you hit a button in between, you can get clipped. Yeah, back 4 is counter hit knee. She has a couple of extensions, so back 4, counter hit launcher. She also has back 4 too, which is NC as well, but they made this, that used to be safe on block. I think it's -12 now. It's either 12 or 11. And then if you get the second hit there, it guarantees the last hit. So you could like confirm this depending on the hit. But keep in mind the last hit is completely safe, is launch punishable on block. But yeah, back 4-2 used to be safe. They nerfed that though. It's kind of like standing 3-2 or standing 3-1. You can hit confirm it, and it's also like -10. Decent hitbox on it. Back 3, everyone's favorite. You can confirm into low. But man, back 3, I hate back 3. So stupid. Disgusting. Or 2, 17 frame launcher. I think it's also -17 on block. Or at least -17. I don't know. Probably exactly 17. But there's a lot of times where 4-2 comes out. And like, I don't know if it's like just the way the animation hits. But it's just hard to punish sometimes. Especially if you have like an electric style character. Down back 3, let's see, yeah, down back 3 on counter hit causes a little knee hit. So it causes the animation where they, you know, they hold their leg, so you're at Mondo plus frames. Out of full crouch, he has a couple options. Wall stand 3 is only -16 now. It's no longer -17, which hurts Dragunov. Although there's no pushback on wall stand 3. So, well, actually look at that. They actually had more pushback than I thought. So that's like your Mondo launcher. For 11, you have wall stand 4. For 13, you have wall stand 2-1. Keep in mind that's non-jailing high. For 14, you have wall stand 1-4, which guarantees the fill-up hit. And then for, I think this is 18, you have wall stand 3. Obviously, out of full crouch, you can hop kick, but that's not 15 either. I think this hits like 17 or so, so keep that in mind. For standing Punisher, 15 frames, 14 frames with a 4-2. Down back 1-2 is now a 14 frame knockdown, wall splat option. For 12, she has 2-3. And then for 10, she has 1. Yeah, 1. A single 1 jab for 8 damage. She has, now granted, 1-2, safe mid, 1-1, safe mid, 1-3, which is just a low, probably like -12, and then 1-4, which is a slower low. I suppose, I don't recommend this. Options that extend after would be 1-2-4, -12, natural hit knockdown. Also, if you see there, the second hit on natural will cause knockdown, and then if it's counter hit the entire way, it's also knockdown. 1-1-3 is a counter hit launcher. They added that in season 2. Pretty good. Similar vein, the classic that everyone likes seeing, 1-1-4 ends with can. So if like, you know, if you ever need a chipping damage low, you know, the can does 5. But at the same time, like you see here, with Heihachi, you duck it, you die. Same thing with back 2-1. Back 2-1 is the same options as 1-1. Back 2-1-4, back 2-1-3, so on and so forth. But from back 2, she can also go into a different variation. Not just back 2-1, she can do back 2 forward option instead. So, I don't want to do like a full like Asuka breakdown. You're saying anything like down back 3? Yeah, sure. I mean, on counter hit, like this is what, like probably like plus, what's like plus 18 G or something like that. So yeah, if they hit a button, down 2 will win. Similar thing, after down back 3, you can dash in and do like a meaty 1+2. 1+2 safe on block. Although they have, it feels like they have nerfed the hitbox on it, so it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. But at the same time, 1+2 is still the big daddy natural hit safe launcher. Plus 14, yeah. So that means down 2, right? You can't interrupt that at all. Yeah, down back 3 is pretty good. That's like Lee's down back 3+4. So nice, good range. I don't think it tracks to her left. I think it tracks to her right, if I remember correctly. But for the most part, like her jab options, just don't get complacent. It's not NC, right? But if you can mix it up, especially like 1-1. 1-1 is really dirty. 1-2 also will make people think that the third hit's coming out, so you can like fit other attacks in. Be sure to counter confirm it. It used to be minus 14, it's only minus 12 now, so I guess it's not as bad. Although you might be able to sidestep it maybe at like mid-range if the second one hit comes out. But a lot of her game, like I said, revolves around full crouch, and she has a lot of options for a full crouch. So 4-2 can end in duck, back 1 ends in duck, generic down 4 ends in duck, wall stand 1+2 hold down ends in duck. From duck, she has access to moves. Like for instance, she can do standing down 1+2, but against full crouch, she can also do down 1+2. As an option, guaranteeing the 4-2 ground hit. Well, it should be guaranteed it. Full crouch 2, even on natural hit, basically it's your turn. I think, you know, if you try to wall stand forward and they 1-1 chab you, they'll probably beat you. But yeah, you can just do like another low chip, and essentially, you know, even out of full crouch, you can do like sidestep 2 to cancel her crouch. So that's super dirty as well. But yeah, for the most part, strong punishment. She gets in your face, like 4-3, the unblockables, now mid. You can cancel it by holding back. Otherwise, double spins. Just like Alyssa, double spin is plus advantage. Single spin, not so much. But typically with single spin, you know, you want to use like a 50-50 immediately and stuff like that. So, but 4-3, 4-2, have people respect you. Wall stand 1+2 demands respect. And then once they start trying to more evade your options, you know, 4-4-3 becomes an option, 4-4 becomes an option. Her tracking's okay. Down forward 1 pretty consistent to her left. Down forward 2 I think is pretty consistent to her right. Back 4 should always hit to her right. But yeah, back 4 especially, there's times where you'll like knock them down and do like a meaty back 4. If they hit a button, you know, you're going to kill them. And actually, now that I talk about that, we should talk about unskilled hits. So they add this. Okay, maybe that's not the greatest example, but at the wall or with like a single hit, you can do back 4-2, and then the last hit. So it's going to hit them down, right? Because you're at the wall. And then if you delay the last hit, it's unscaled. So it's basically your strongest wall combo. Yeah, let's quickly talk about just the wall in general. Because yeah, the wall is where she gets like all her juice. We'll just quickly talk about that. Let's just do... Oh, Howard Estate, fuck.
Get ready for the next battle.
But overall, very, very safe. And her homing moves demand respect. There's a lot of characters, like immediately, obviously I play Dragunov, right? Dragunov comes to mind. Dragunov does not demand any respect on his fucking homing moves. Back 3 is only really good as a Punisher, and good when you're at plus frames and in their face for like a safe 50-50. But like open field, nah, it's pretty garbage. A move like forward 4, that is going to get your attention immediately, because that's really, really painful. You get hit by that a couple times, you essentially lose the game. Okay, so wall. From here, you know, Punisher 2-4. Easiest thing you can do is 3-ring circus. So 1+4, 2, and then the final hit after. They made it such that 3-ring circus mid is now safe on block. I think you can sidestep it, but basically the 50-50 to 3-ring circus is the low. The low is a natural hit launcher. It's also like, it's minus 16 or 17, I want to say. But yeah, basically for the most part, so 3-ring is basically low high into a second high, and to the second high into a 50-50, mid or low once again. You can time it such that the 3-ring circus basically can hit meaty, forcing them to respect it immediately. Let's see, does this guarantee the mid? No, it doesn't, but you have to respect it. But for the most part, if you guard the 3-ring circus to low, just immediately duck, because there's no 50-50 to it. And what you can do, like finish 3-ring and then like hop kick, right? Like that's not gonna fucking happen. Okay, wall options for 1+2, 3 ring. You can also end with 3 ring low. That also works in this game. In previous games, 3 ring mid didn't work, but in this game it does. And like normal, the last hit is unskilled 60. 3 ring mid does more damage than 3 ring low. So just keep that in mind. If you want to cash damage, that's your best option. For the most part, the meta seems to be 3 ring mid into meaty back 4. If they don't quick stand, or if they hit a button, the back 4 will reset for mini combo. So, okay. Oh, in that case, we hit him grounded, whatever, Bob's your uncle sort of stuff. But we'll give it another shot. Counter hit, easy peasy. Reset the options from here. Once again, you have safe options down 4-3, causing big whiffs. Wall stand 1-4 is really still nice. You know, wall stand 1-4. Resplat combos. You can also do backdash, can. Although my skill with that seems to be very poor. But yeah, it is possible. The backdash can. For resplat. Oh, actually, that looks like maybe that was it. So, work on that. I'm not planning on picking her up like full-time anytime soon. But what I really want to talk about, which makes her wall deadly, is once again her safe like wall splat options. Not only does she have like Mondo like 12 frame punishment range, like you see this, like look at that, that's pretty damn good. But also she has, sorry, I'm kind of starting to get sick. You know, good sort of mid options as well. 3+4 guarantees the hit, and then see that ground hit because we delayed it. 20 damage, explosive damage on top of 16. So 16 plus 20 is pretty damn good for a safe option. 3+4 will low splat. So if you ever think they're gonna go low, you can basically mash it. And also if you look at that, how it recovers basically puts you out of range of a follow-up hit. So it perfectly spaces it out. Although be careful if you're not used to this, be careful with the animation when they get hit grounded. But basically a simple backdash causes the whiff, and then you get the reset situation. And then once again, you can either do 3 ring or back forward 2 and then to low slump, but just be sure to delay the hit. That way you get to unskilled 80%. But the real juice, because in old games, this back forward 2 was a bound, right? So you get a reset combo completely. But in this game, it requires you to actually have rage to do a full reset. So 3+4 hit confirm into rage art is completely NC. Also because of how the ground hits work, because keep in mind it's 2 grounded hits. Yeah, you are dealing 60% damage after already dealing, like 30 something damage. So you're basically doing full scaling on your rage art because of how the hits actually occur. So that's pretty good. Similar vein would be using her actual, rage drive options. So like, I wouldn't recommend going for that. That works. Same thing, if you ever score a knockdown in general, they don't want to get up, hit them with the overhead, and it causes, just like Dragunov, an unskilled ground hit. So in that case, I guess it's 30%. Also, her rage drive obviously is a natural hit launcher, which is fucking, it's disgusting. So disgusting. But it's good. Once again, if they don't want to get off the ground, hit confirm it, ground hit, and then you're at plus afterwards, especially because, once again, you're ending with like either down 4-3, which causes flip over, or 4-2, which also causes flip over. So you're always at plus. Huge whiff, kill him. So it's nice. I think overall it kind of covers her wall game. It's not like super impressive, but at the same time, once again, she has things like sidestep 2, which are completely safe on block. So you can do like wall stand 4, sidestep 2. They hit a button, reset. And actually, maybe that's it. Sidestep 2. Yeah. Oh, reset. Oh, look at that. So, so like sidestep 2. Once again, let me show you that whole series. Can. Reset. Into hit. So we dealt, what was that, like 50 damage plus 70 damage? And yeah, we get Oki afterwards. Same thing. If they're so scared of ducking because of the wall game, down forward 1-4 and stuff becomes NC. You can always get them into their head by going into full crouch options. Remember, from full crouch, same thing. Full crouch 1+2 or full crouch 2 guarantees ground hit. Also, you can always do the fake into the low. And then you get both the option for forward 2 guaranteed, but you also get, if I'm not bad, I'm missing the timing, I'm sorry. I'm missing the timing for CC. Yeah, you basically get a meaty